Ever felt like you're one webinar away from finally fixing your whole business? And then somehow you're back in the same scroll by scroll loop. Yeah, let's talk about why this shortcut never works and what actually does. Welcome to Ditch the Chaos, a snackable podcast for type A women who are done with burnout, rigid routines, and productivity guilt. You'll get clear, actionable strategies to reclaim your time and energy without more hustle or endless to-do lists. I'm Cara Chace, entrepreneur since 2015, mom of two, wife to one, and I am unapologetically caffeinated. Let's dive in. Be honest. How many times have you found yourself in this cycle? You're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, frustrated that your business isn't growing as quickly as you hoped. And then the algorithm of whatever social media platform you're on shows you an ad, a webinar, or a sales page promising a simple, proven, plug-and-play solution. It sounds like exactly what you need. So you buy it, convinced that this will be the thing that finally changes everything. But as you go through the content, something feels off. It's not that the material is bad, it's just not new. Or it feels like a bad fit for your personality. No dancing reels, thank you. And you didn't realize the secret, proven method would feel like nails on chalkboard to you. It still requires effort, consistency, and time to implement. And that's not what you wanted. You wanted the shortcut, the easy fix, the thing that makes business finally feel effortless. So instead of putting in the work, you move on, scrolling, searching, and purchasing another course, program, or tool, convinced that this time you'll find the answer. But you don't, because the truth is there's no magic bullet. The online business space is flooded with marketing that sells you the idea of easy success. But if it were that easy, wouldn't more people be wildly successful? Instead, you're left with less money, more frustration, and no closer to solving your original problem. So if you've been stuck in the cycle of chasing quick fixes, it's time for a reset. Let's talk about why that approach isn't working and what you can do instead. We crave easy solutions because we live in a world that promises quick wins. Marketing tells us that success is just one course, tool, or secret formula away. Are you struggling with marketing? Try this one strategy to triple your leads overnight. You want more productivity? Download this planner and get more done in half the time. Feeling overwhelmed? Use this simple 3-step method to eliminate stress instantly. It's tempting to believe these promises, especially when you're feeling stuck. But here's what most of these solutions don't tell you. It's not about what you learn. It's about what you do with it. Consuming content feels productive, but real results come from consistent execution over time. Which brings us to the hard truth. That business growth requires implementation. And I've seen it happen so many times, both in my own journey and with clients. You buy a course, you watch the videos, you take notes, and then nothing changes. Not because the course wasn't valuable, but because learning alone doesn't create results. Finding success isn't about finding something new. It's about committing to what you know already works. Most strategies are not revolutionary, they're simple, foundational, and effective, but they only work if you actually implement them. So the real question is, are you applying what you've already learned? If not, here's how to shift your focus from searching for the next big thing to actually making progress. I know firsthand how easy it is to get distracted by shiny new strategies. When I first started my business in 2015, I kept things simple. I blogged consistently and shared my content on Pinterest. That was it. No complicated sales funnels, no all-in-one expensive tools, no exhausting social media posting schedule, just valuable strategic content that helped people and built trust. And you know what? It worked. My blog posts gained traffic. My email list grew steadily. Clients started finding me, not because I was spending hours engaging in DMs on social media, but because my content was out there doing the heavy lifting for me. But somewhere along the way, I got caught up in what everyone else was doing. I started wondering if I should be on Instagram more, or maybe LinkedIn. Should I be making reels? Should I be trying TikTok? I jumped from one social platform to another, trying to figure out the right one for me. but I couldn't stick with it because I was exhausted. I didn't enjoy it. And my business, it stalled. I no longer had time for consistent blogging since I was on the content marketing treadmill, and my website traffic tanked. My email list stopped growing. My discoverability disappeared because I was too busy trying to reinvent the wheel instead of doing what I already knew worked. It wasn't until I went back to blogging consistently that I started seeing results again. My traffic picked up, my audience grew, and I could see the difference in my business. The truth? There was no better strategy. I didn't need to chase something new. I just needed to stick with what worked and trust the process. If you've been bouncing between strategies, struggling to gain traction, this is your reminder. You don't need something new, you just need to commit to what already works. If you're ready to break the cycle of chasing quick fixes and start seeing real results, here's what to do instead. First, shift from seeking to doing. Instead of asking what's next, start asking what can I implement today? Review past courses, books, or coaching programs you've already invested in. Pick one strategy that you haven't fully implemented and commit to executing it consistently for at least 30 days. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Second, reframe challenges as growth opportunities. Most people see obstacles as signs to quit. Instead, train yourself to see them as opportunities to grow. Reflecting on what isn't working in your plan and why can help you tweak and adjust your strategy and how to implement it in the future. For example, if you fell off the blogging bus, try batching several blogs at a time instead of writing once a week. This is true for any content you create, whether it's videos, podcasts, or blogs. If you're not seeing conversions on your offer, instead of buying another marketing course, focus on refining your current marketing strategies and tweaking what's not working. If you're not seeing engagement on social media, instead of switching platforms, double down on consistent content and audience connection. Business success isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about learning how to navigate them and tweak what you're doing instead of giving up. Third, develop a resilient mindset. The most successful entrepreneurs aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who stick with it. Here's how to develop that level of resilience. Practice patience. Understand that meaningful progress takes time. Embrace discomfort, or, as I've heard said, embrace the suck. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Take imperfect action. Done is better than perfect. And track your results. Efforts often pay off slowly but surely. Fourth, surround yourself with the right support. Perseverance is easier when you have a strong support system, and here's how to build one. Find an accountability partner, someone who you can check in with and will encourage you to stay consistent. Bonus if it's a fellow entrepreneur because they will understand your struggles. Join a community. Being around like-minded entrepreneurs online can help keep you motivated. Hire a coach or a mentor. A coach can provide clarity, direction, and feedback when things feel hard and you feel confused and overwhelmed. And if you're looking for that kind of support, I offer one-to-one coaching to help you simplify your strategy and actually follow through on what works for you. No one-size-fits-all plan, just clear, honest guidance tailored to your business and your life. You can learn more in the show notes. Entrepreneurship isn't meant to be a solo journey. The right people will remind you to keep going, even when it's tough. So here's your reset and reclaim action step for the week. Pick one strategy or tool you've already paid for, a course, a book, or even a tip that you saved from an article. Commit to actually implementing it daily for the next 30 days. No more new downloads, no more saved reels, just one thing, and stick with it. Thanks for tuning in. If this episode helped you, hit follow and share with a friend who needs to hear it. If you're tired of trying to DIY your way out of your business burnout and you're ready for clear, personal guidance, I offer one-to-one coaching to help you simplify your strategy and follow through on what actually works. Learn more at carachace.com. Until next time, I'm Cara Chace, reminding you to keep questioning the rules and making your own.